We made it, boys. We're here. We are recording. Now, if only I could get logged in to this fucking app. But I don't have service, so I gotta log into the email. I'm not interested in downloading the app or just clicking through stuff. 211634. 211634. We have hacked the mainframe, gentlemen. And I did not realize that the only bet we have in so far does not start until 9:40, which is 2 hours from now. Okay. Let's watch some ball. We'll find something as we watch. That'll be fun. You don't have to be prepared for this show. That's the beauty of doing it this way. The beauty of doing it this way. Then we don't have to do shit. I don't have to do anything. And that makes it so easy and so free and so fun. You guys, if you keep up with Rudy Tuesday, you'll know that I drank this after going to the gym. I drank about half of it. This is the other half because I'm recording this episode on that same day. So, this is going to really suck. But, fuck it. Also, for those of you who might judge my glasses, I know they're broken. And I'm going to the eye doctor on Thursday, which, when this comes out, will have been yesterday. Power of editing, you know what I'm saying? It's worse as it gets warm. That was gross. I don't want to drink the rest of that. And you know what's going to be an even worse follow-up? Is that I'm also trying to finish this warm caramel latte from Starbucks. It's just not a good combination of drugs. Oh, we gotta keep the energy up. Oh, dude, I had a tick inside of my thigh. I had a tick inside of my thigh, right up. Look at that. Fuck. White thighs, second week in a row. I had a thigh up here. I can't show you on camera, but it was up here by right next to my balls, frankly. And I got it off right away, as far as I know, like head popped right off. Um, no signs of any reason to be concerned in terms of Lyme disease or anything like that. But I will say that I forgot that when you deal with something like that, you get a mainstay of discomfort around the area. So for the past 2 days, I've been walking around with this just soreness next to my balls. But I pulled the tick off on Sunday. It's now Tuesday. And all day Monday is when it was the most uncomfortable. And I was at work, and the whole time I was like, holy shit. Do I need to go to the doctor again? Like, is this the cards I've been dealt where I was sick one week and then I got bit by a tick and now I'm gonna die of Lyme disease? Is that that would suck. I would hate that so much, dude. That would be the worst. To get Lyme, I had Lyme disease when I was a kid, and I was under the impression that it never goes away. But apparently it does. Over time, it only lasts in your system for like a few months. I thought that shit was permanent. I thought it was like I'm gonna have a disabled immune system for the rest of my life. And it's like, no, it just that was like an old wives' tale. It actually doesn't last that long. Wild pitch. Oh my God, Tampa Bay. The White Sox are so bad at baseball. They just had like, I think it was a bunt. I didn't even see who was hitting. There was a bunt from the Tampa Bay Rays. The pitcher grabs it, tries to throw the guy out at home, but completely whiffs on it. I don't know if that was on the pitcher or on the catcher, but completely whiffs on it. Fucking rockets right past the catcher's fucking head. And then two guys come in to score. One guy came from second, came in to score because he missed that fucking throw. I would feel if I was, I don't know if it was the pitcher's fault or if it was the catcher for just not looking it in or what happened. But if I'm the pitcher and I miss that throw and it's my fault, I gotta feel like the dumbest fucking guy to just be like, oh, I just fucking whiffed. I chucked it and it's just way off. I just had no idea where this fucking thing was going. I would feel like as a pit, you're supposed to be better at throwing stuff than anyone else on the field at that moment. That's why you're the pitcher. That's why they trust you to throw it 70 to 90 plus times. So if you aren't doing it on like a short, like it's something that's not even a pitch, it's like, oh my God, you have really fucked things up for yourself, haven't you? You really, really screwed the pooch, haven't you? Welcome to Pat on the Back, guys. I just realized as I was giving that speech about halfway through it that I did not intro the show. Welcome to Pat on the Back. We are episode 46, but episode 2 of this new format where we just kind of chill and watch a game and then talk about whatever comes to mind. Uh, so we're watching MLB Big Inning on Tuesday. Tuesday. What the fuck day is it? April 14th. And we're trying to find some shit to bet on because I did not realize that all the stuff that I had to bet on was happening post recording. So I'm trying to find some live stuff. Bottom of the third, the Yankees are losing to the Angels. I think the Yankees can come back on that. Am I crazy for thinking that that's the case? You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the Yankees, a little teeny tiny bet. I'm going to slap it on the Yankees, see if we can make some money here. Yankees at plus money against the Angels. They won a thriller on Monday night, 10 to 11. I think it went extra innings, but don't quote me on that. And so we're going to try and see how that goes. So we're rooting Yanks tonight. I've also heard the plays just bet against the Red Sox. Seems to be a good one. I like to bet against the Pirates when fucking Paul Skeens is not pitching, and I only bet like the first 3 innings when he is pitching. Like you just can't. That team sucks. Um, fucking who else sucks, dude? The White Sox suck. Boston sucks. I don't know who else is like official yet, but I've got a couple guys on the radar. The Yankees have just been terrible lately. They started like 5-3 or something like that. Now they're like 5-7 or something just awful at the time of recording. I could also be wrong, but I'm not checking those stats if I'm being honest. I'm just speaking off the top of my head. Um, but fuck it, you know. So yeah, my glasses they're broken. They've got the tape on them, so I'm going Thursday afternoon to the eye doctor, get an updated prescription, get a new pair of glasses. I have a friend who's going with me, and she seems content with me having gold somewhere on the frame. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going to commit. to that particular approach of having like the gold on the frame somewhere. I just don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's my look. But there are some of them where you look and you're like, they're not bad looking glasses. I just don't know if they fit my, but like I'm a sports guy. I wear these frames. I wear the ones where it's like it sits right on your, she thinks these are nerd glasses. And I'm like, okay, but like the ones that you want me to wear are the ones with like the nose piece. So like it kind of like it's raised up like that. Like it's kind of sits away from your face on just the little dimples things that are there. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I want them because I feel like those are old man glasses. Now I'm a 28-year-old single dude trying to cling to my youth the way a toddler holds on to anything it's not supposed to have. You ever give a toddler a knife, or if it just gets, I mean, you wouldn't give a toddler a knife, but if a toddler just gets a hold of a knife, you'd be like, all right, like this isn't great. And then all of a sudden they want nothing more than to keep that fucking thing on. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't know if gold in my glasses is the way to go. I don't know if the little things that stick up off your face are the way to go. I think she just doesn't like, I don't know. We'll find out. I do have to concede a little bit because as part of my Christmas present, she is helping me pay for the new glasses so I don't have to pay the full price. And so I really don't have much that I could say on that. She does get a say for what she's paying for. I do think that's fair. I was thinking about, oh, this guy, Atlanta Braves, who was that? Dobbs Smith, I think they said. Where the fuck? I was watching the fucking, yeah, it looks like Dobbs Smith. I was watching the Sox trying to tag someone out. Then all bees. I don't know who this is. Dobbs Smith crushes a fucking ball deep right. This dude comes all the way from second, beats the throw from the outfielder by an inch. It's you want to see the exciting. That's why I like the ML. Like I've said before, I like MLB Big Inning because you see it's red zone for baseball. It's fucking sick. But also, like, I want to see the cool plays, and I want to bet on the cool plays. I have a buddy who was like talking to him last night while we were out doing stand up, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta bet on like strikeouts, like from a batter perspective." He's like, bet these guys to strike out twice. It's like the same odds as a home run. Like, how often does a home run happen? I'm like, yeah, but that's not fun. You know what I mean? Like, I want to root for scoring. I want to root for big hits and shit like this. Some exciting stuff. I want a competitive game. Or I want to. If I take a money line, I want a blowout and I want to just snooze through it. That's fine with me too. But I want shit to be happening. I want like, some exciting plays. I don't want to be rooting for nothing. Rooting for nothing sucks. It's like sometimes you got to do it, like in football. You're going to go out and you're going to bet on an under in football. And that can be fun. That can be a good time in its own way. But you want to root for like for shit to be going on, some exciting plays, some big scores, some happy, fun, exciting, exhilarating moments to get the heart rate up to make you stand and go, fuck yeah. You want shit like that. You want an exciting game. You want an exciting game. I was at the gym on Sunday, just felt like getting a little extra session in. And I'm hitting the treadmill. And then and then I'm watching college softball. Uh Oklahoma Sooners versus Texas Longhorns. I like Texas as a school. When I lived in Texas, I lived 10 minutes from the campus. So I wasn't a student, but when I would go to a game in middle of the week for whatever sport it was, a lot of it was basketball. It would take me 5-10 minutes to get there and like that. So that kind of became like a team that I root for because I lived in that area for 5 years. And so I didn't go to college that had sports. I went to fucking culinary school online during COVID. So like sports wasn't even a consideration. You know what I mean? And so I lived near there and like that was like, oh, okay, fucking sick. That's cool. It kind of fell with that team a little bit and they're the college a little bit. So I'm watching Oklahoma versus Texas, and I'll be honest with you, my initial thought was like the batter for Oklahoma was insanely pretty. And I was like, this is wrong that we don't talk about college softball in the same regard as, you know, the women's basketball or the cheerleading that happens in college is very competitive as well. Like shit like that. Like we don't talk enough about college softball in the in for one in the looks department, if we're being frank, but two also the talent. Like I don't think I could. I saw the pitch count. It was at like fucking 94. Like this chick is throwing a grapefruit 94 times. I can't do that. That would like that's fucking really hard to do. I don't know if I could throw a baseball 94 times, and that's fucking half the size, dude. Like a fucking it's this bit like it's a handful of ball. These chicks are out there chucking a handful of ball 94 times. And they got smaller hands than I do. So they're chucking that it's potentially they got almost damn near two handful of balls that they're two hands full of ball that they're throwing down there, depending on the size of their hand. That they're throwing down there. I don't know how the distance between home or the pitching mound and home base for softball. I think it's shorter. I don't fucking know. But they're humming these things down. I'm like, that's impressive. I don't know if I could hit a home run in a softball game. Like, it, for one, if I could make contact with it, great. But to carry one of those fucking things far enough for it to be a home run, I feel like would also be difficult for me to do as someone who I'm in, good enough shape to do it. I'm not in bad shape for hitting a baseball. I think it's just or our softball, but it's just way harder than we give it credit for. And so the Oklahoma rallies a little bit. They get a couple scores on, they draw within one. And then the Texas batters come out. And then you kind of go like, this is why we don't talk about them in the same regard because they had this chick come up. And when you look at I don't want to when you look at her, you're like, that's a home run hitter. Like you could tell but when she's walking up to the batter box, like she's built with some power. It, you know, she's gonna carry this thing far. If she only hits a single and she makes it on the first, you don't got to think about her stealing a base, but she's gonna fucking knock some home runs. And then she did it. She went ahead. She hit a home run. And it was her fifth home run in like 7 games or something like that. She's on fire. That's the type of player that fucking goes pro. I would imagine there's a pro softball league in some capacity. I'm not familiar with it, but there has to be. You know what I mean? They're not making the money that the WNBA is, but who is? Who is making the money that the WNBA is? Like that's they're fucking cashing checks out there. Uh we've got the Yankees Angels back on. I feel like it was a mistake to bet on the Yankees. Now we're top of the fourth and we're like zoning back in on that game. And I'm a little worried that I'm hoping that this is just a lull. That's why they're showing us this game. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, and who was that? Peraza on the Angels just fucking hit a solo home run. Okay, so now Oswald Peraza hit his third home run of the season, which has made it a 4-0 game in favor of the Angels. The Yankees have one hit through the first 3 innings. What are we doing? Are they not like the most expensive roster outside of the fucking Dodgers? Do the Yankee are they not the premier team outside of the Dodgers? What the fuck are we doing? Anyway, that bet is not looking great out of the gate. I thought we were getting a sweet spot here with them down 3-0 to the fucking Angels, but apparently I haven't seen much of that game. All of a sudden, feels like they're not going to rally. That fucking sucks. Anyway, softball. She's fucking. That's a pro. A girl who's hitting 5 home runs in 7 games. That's a pro baller. Okay, so I'm excited about that. But I was also thinking about this, dude. Like, I was watching the background a little bit because they don't have softball big inning on Sunday afternoon. You know what I mean? So I was just watching um just the one game, every fucking pitch of this one game. And she hits a home run and it shows where the ball goes, and you're just like, there's no one out there. And I was like, did they really just like the tickets sell that poorly? Like not even the family of the players or anything like that? And then I realized what it was, where the ball went, there's no one seated there. And that's because no one's gonna catch the fucking grapefruit flying through the air, just hurtling towards them at a million miles an hour. Like a baseball is one thing. It fucking fits in the glove easy to catch, easy to get a baseball glove. A softball glove, it's got the biggest fucking net on it, so you could fucking rack one of those bad boys. But also, like, if that thing's coming at you, like my instinct is get down. It is not try and catch this thing out of midair. That's fucking the dumbest thing you could do is try and catch a softball out of midair. So that thing's coming in and you just want to like you duck out of the way. Like if you do catch it, it's like well, the next thing you're gonna do is to like fucking what? Stop a car from driving into a city bus like fucking Spider-Man? That's ridiculous. That's no one's doing that. You have to be a fucking superhero to catch one of these fly balls. You let those things go. As a fan, do not try and be like, I'm gonna get under this one. Like, what if you lose it in the sun, dog? You just fucking that's the ultimate panic move. So not having people where the home runs go in softball, I am fully behind that idea. Not having the seating out there is genius. I don't know every softball arena or field, sorry. So if there are seating like that and people are fucking stoked to get out there and try and snag some softballs out of the air, hey, more power to them. And shit ain't for me. I know that. I know I'm not risking taking a fucking. You get hit with a baseball and it's like, oh, okay, like, I may have to go to the hospital, but I'm gonna ultimately be okay over time. Most likely. Aaron Judge strikes out again. He fucking sucks. I hate Aaron Judge. Can't believe I bet on this team. But if you fucking take a softball off a bat, those things like at terminal velocity, they got to be coming off that bat 100 plus miles an hour. You take one of those things to the fucking head, you are going to die. There's no way you live through fucking getting clobbered by a softball. You're 100%, that's a murder case. At the very least, it's manslaughter. Maybe second degree. I don't know what the degrees mean, but you're not living through taking a fucking stray softball to the fucking dome. You're dead. 100% you're dead. That's like it's like on Spike TV when they had 1,000 Ways to Die. That's the kind of shit that is gonna make it onto that fucking TV show. Like couldn't catch a home run ball, and then you're just like, well, I died. Like it's you know that fucking sucks. You guys think? I mean, like truly, like, it's really kind of in because Easter just passed, so I was thinking about this. For one, do you think God thinks of it as Good Friday? Or, like, does the Lord, uh, sweet Jesus, does he think of it as Good Friday? Or do you think he's a bigger fan of Sunday? You know? Like, I can't imagine he's like, I fucking getting put in that cave was fucking pretty sick. I don't think he's like, this was a pretty good Friday. I don't think that Jesus is hanging out thinking that. I think he's definitely like, I'm more of a Sunday kind of guy. When the Lord is risen, like I think he's definitely favors that type of stance as opposed to fucking being like, you guys want to, the day I died was good. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, I mean, all right. I mean, I'm not in charge of naming it, but if I were to name it, I'd be like maybe Sad Friday. Maybe mildly upset, but eventually good things will happen Friday. Like maybe, like I just don't know if they would back Good Friday as our Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Think I don't think he's sitting around like that's fucking pretty sick, actually. It's not that bad. Also fucking egg in the face of the Romans who were responsible for the death of Jesus. The death of the Lord. You blundered that one fantastically. You got to feel. Do you think it was like there was one Roman who was like a general? He was like, "This is fucking what happens when I don't, stick around, help things out." Because like I bet you, like, I mean, it was a dead body that they just had to move. I'm sure they didn't have their top guy on it. You know what I mean? Like they took like one of their lower ranking generals or whatever, and they're like, "This guy, it's a, take it out there, put it in the cave, put the rock in front of it, bada bing, bada boom, get out of there." And then they went back after 3 days, and do you think that there was another guy who was just like, I mean, he was here when we left, like I swear. And do you think like they were there were other generals who were like this fucking idiot, we can't trust him to do anything. What a fucking moron. Every fucking who do you think someone got killed like because they didn't because the burial of the Lord got messed up? Do you think that someone else like got fired? Like I tell you this, you're out. You know what I mean? Like it's the easiest thing. Like how did you mess it? You put the rock in front of it, and there's fucking no one in there. Like how did you mess this up? Yeah, like do you think there were guys like that who were like, yeah, I mean, this shit did not go as expected. I think we're gonna jump in. We're gonna live bet again. Maybe not the best idea, but we're gonna check the odds on it real quick just as I'm looking at the scores. See what it looks like. We might take a look at the Atlanta Braves on the money line. And I lost the other game that I was just looking at because they changed the fucking. Oh, it was Cubs Phillies. Cubs Phillies top of the sixth, one out. Cubs are batting. Tie game? Man, we stay away from it. We stay away from it. We don't fuck around with that. We let it go. We've got plus odds now on the Atlanta Braves. I like them more than Miami. Miami is not so hot. Let's see if we can fucking score some cash. If all this worked out, I'd be on a heater. But and realistically, we're really planning that these things will not work out because that's just you can't expect. Like there's just no way. I got to sign back and go back to a fucking email, sign in again, get the fucking code from the email, all because for whatever reason I don't have service right now. 965 397 965 397. Verify. And plus 101, we'll take that. Fuck it. It'll be fine. It's gonna work out. Oh, but I should fill you guys in. Last week on last week's episode, we cashed out of the home run hit. Turned out to be a good call because the home run, whoever we were waiting on, I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I'm not going to check. Fuck, we cashed out, and it was the right call because that guy didn't get a fucking hit. 0 for 4, that fucking guy. So we made the smart choice there, cashing out while we were ahead. Unfortunately, the next 2 days, we lost it all. We failed. I failed the. Oh shit! Yeah, I thought he just got fucking nailed in the ankle. We failed the 61 cents to $20 challenge that we self-implemented. So what I did have to do was deposit $5 in the DraftKings account, and now we're gonna try and go $5 to $50 by what the fuck just happened? This guy just spun around legit like a figure skater. I don't know what that was. Mesa on Philly threw a pitch to Bo Armstrong. I'm not familiar. Oh, looks like he caught him in the elbow. Maybe. It's hard to tell, but he's fucking Crow Armstrong on Chicago. Spins around like a fucking top. Dude, oh, he's like, oh, no, I got to put the pad on now. That one hurt. I can't do that again. Wear protective equipment. Don't try and be cool. Um, so we're trying to do $5 to $50 by week 1 of the NFL season. Are we going to get there? Well, we're up now. Okay. The Masters did us no favors. Bryson DeChambeau, we bet on, that guy's a bum. He was having a good year. Some people were picking him to win. So I was like, oh, I'll pick him to finish in the top 10. Didn't even make the cut. So he was out on Friday. That guy's a piece of shit. Fuck DeChambeau. Jordan Spieth, I needed one of these guys to make the top 10, and I would have been making money. And Jordan Spieth just did not get there. He ended up tied for 12th, and I was like, oh, fuck, so close. But congrats to Rory McIlroy, I guess. I don't, not that I'm not a fan, I'm just like, whatever about him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more of a Scotty Scheffler guy. But I think that's just because he's closer to my age. Like, not that there's a huge difference. McIlroy's like 36 and Scotty's like 30, but I'm 28, so I feel like I just like Scotty Scheffler. You know, he's a fucking dog. Um, so yeah, Jordan Spieth's tied for 12. So we were down for a minute. We were down immediately to $4, but we've since built our way back up. We're back to $5.55 as things stand. But these bets we're down to $5.10 now with all the bets that we've got out. Um, the 2 live ones we put out Yankees money line for plus money, and we put out Braves money line for plus money. Are those going to hit? Who knows? If the Braves hit, we cover our losses between those 2 games. If they both hit, then we're in really good shape. We might end up still losing money, but that's only because the one bet that I put in that I planned on being the one bet, but I didn't check the time slots on, was for like 3 or 4 different guys to get 2 or more bases. And I put 25 cents on that because I was like, this is going to be my only bet of the day. I'm still going to be up on the week. So hopefully that works out. Maybe I'll have to post about that, or I'll just talk about, oh, who knows? But it's slippery slope. We lost the 61 cents to $20. I mean, it's tough sledding, when you're betting like 10 cents at a time because your winnings are so limited, and then your losses make a huge impact because you have no buffer. So it really was setting myself up to be perfect, and I'm just not that lucky of a person. I'm not lucky enough to make money and gamble, but I fucking love gambling, dude. But eventually it's going to lead to money because it has to. It has to, dude. How can it not? It's got to lead to money at some point, man. I don't remember what we were talking about before this. Oh, that beer gets worse as it gets warmer. Oh, we've only got maybe one sip left. We might have to just power through. We might have to power through so we can crack open a different one that's actually not bad tasting and is cold. Oh my god. Fuck it, we're slamming it. Here we go. Uh, I opened that 2 hours ago. What time is it? It's almost 8:30. I opened that 2.5 hours ago. Oh, and it didn't touch the fridge once after. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even, when I cracked it open, it wasn't even out of the fridge. I left it in the fridge for the day, and me and my sister carpooled to work. I dropped her off before going to the gym, ran inside, grabbed the beer, put it in my lunchbox, no ice pack. Just trying to keep this thing fucking, I'll be fine, And cracked it, and I was like, it's a little warmer than I would like it to be when I opened it, and then I just didn't. 2 hours went by, I just didn't even put it in the fridge or nothing. Just sucked it up, and I was like, what a mistake. What a mistake that was, dude. But phew, we're putting in the effort to find this official Rudy Tuesday beer. I can tell you that. I'll tell you what though, this neon stereo from Pivotal, this one's not bad. This one's not bad. Do I need another beer on a Tuesday night? No. But I already had one, so fuck it. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a lot better. That is a hell of a lot better. So I turned it on, I think Saturday night, because I was like, I'm not quite ready for bed, but I'm not going to stay up too much longer. So I was like, let me turn on something that I don't really care about. And I had never seen it before, but I turned on Escape from New York, that movie from like the fucking 80s with, who's that, Kurt Russell, and he plays Snake Plisskin, Snake Piss Boy. And it's like, okay, so New York or the island of Manhattan or whatever the fuck. I don't know how New York works. Like they say it's an island, but also like every time I've gone to New York, like I know if I look at a map, I have to go west from where I live in Connecticut. I have to go west to get to New York. But west is inland. East is where towards the water. So I don't know how New York works. Okay. Like, but somehow it is New York City is an island, like the island of Manhattan. Anyway, in this movie, this post-apocalyptic world, it was, I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but the president's plane crashes on the island of Manhattan. And what they've done is they've turned the island of Manhattan into a prison for the worst prisoners. So they just get sent there and they can do whatever they want, but no one goes in, no one comes out. Once you're in, you don't come out. The government doesn't go in there, police doesn't go in, nothing. They've just segregated criminals into one prison system on an island, and they're just like, fuck it. They can't leave. Like, all they do is police the outside to make sure no one leaves. The president's plane crashes on this island, and they have to send Snake Plisskin, Kurt Russell, in there to fucking rescue the president in 24 hours. But what's fucked up about that is they didn't start the 24-hour timer when he gets in the plane, like the little shuttle thing to head towards the island. They started like right away. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to be giving you an injection in your brain or whatever. And in 24 hours, it'll dissolve and it'll kill you. And it's like, okay, cool. But by the time he's in the plane, he's down to 21 hours. Like, they spend so much time eating up his time to fucking get in there. They took 3 hours of his rescue time away, and we're like, "You better fucking get in there, buddy. You better solve this fucking problem, bud." And it's like, dude, you just screwed him. I mean, obviously he pulls it off because it's an '80s movie, and that's how '80s movies worked. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I can predict the ending right now. The president is alive. He finds him. He gets him out just in time. But also, you still fucked this guy. By the time he's in New York City, he's got like 19 hours left. And then he finds the little tracker thing on a guy and is like, so goes into a building, finds the tracker thing on an inmate that he's supposed to be using to find the president. So he goes, obviously, the president's not wearing this. He must be dead. Calls that in, is like, get me out of here. President's dead. Nothing I can do. I tried. Oh, and I missed something. Somehow he's in trouble. Or what I don't remember that. He's a prisoner himself in some capacity. And so he's like, get me out of here. I like this mission's over. I cannot complete it because the president is dead. There is no one to extract. And they just go, you've got 18 and a half hours to figure it out, pal. Like, dude, you just want to wander around? The island of Manhattan? Oh, just fucking go and find them. You'll find them. Dude, how hard can it be? Can't be that hard. You know, like that's. I don't think you understand how difficult of a task you are asking me to accomplish. Okay, now again, I haven't seen much. I've seen maybe a half an hour of that movie. Not much. Not much. And they apparently from Metal Gear, so they based Snake from the Metal Gear games off of this Snake, off of Kurt Russell's Snake from this movie, and then whatever the sequel is, Escape from Los Angeles or whatever, Escape from LA. He plays Snake Plisskin in both those movies. Solid Snake and Big Boss or whatever, and Liquid Snake. Those are based on this character. I to this point, I have seen no badass work being done by the most badass thing he's done is he told they put the implant in him and told him what it was, and the guy went and Snake went. He's like, when I get back here, I'm gonna kill you. And he's talking to the guy who's like the leader of the police force, and it's like, what kind of threat is that? You're gonna you're gonna fucking what go and just you're gonna get back and be like, well, I saved the president. Like, that's not a plan, dog. You can't. It is the most badass thing he's done is saying a line. Everything else he's done has been like walking around pointing a gun at stuff and not actually doing anything. You know what I mean? Give me some fun. This guy's supposed to be a the inspiration for an all-time action hero. And I've thus far seen nary a action hero thing to have done. He flew a drone essentially into a building. And like he landed on the roof or whatever. It was not enough to be like this is convincing. And I know it wasn't enough to be like this was cool because didn't it didn't keep my attention enough to like pay attention to that moment. I was just like watching him. I was like, oh, he's flying in, and then it was, oh, okay, he's just in the building now. Didn't watch it like nothing. Like, it was just fucking whatever. Okay. You're telling me this guy's the insp maybe I'll finish the movie this weekend, I'll change my opinion. I haven't seen badass shit yet. But what the fuck are we talking about here, dude? This guy who so far has done nothing is the inspiration for one of the greatest video game icons, action icons of all time. And thus far, we have seen nothing badass. Boston just fucked up. This pitcher Gray for Boston. Boston's so bad this year. Top of the third, bottom of the third, bottom of the third. They're 2 outs, bases loaded, because he just hit someone with a pitch to load the bases. The Red Sox are fucking so bad. The night before this game, I'm recording on Tuesday. On Monday night, the at one point the score of the game was 11-0 in favor of the Twins. Boston is just so bad. They're not going anywhere this year. For some reason, I don't know who it was. Someone was leading me to believe that like they were like, this is a solid team. I don't know if it was just because they had Garrett Crochet or what, but I'm like, this is they suck. And it's so crazy that and they just oh, that was a foul. They got fucking lucky with that one. Incredible catch from in the Atlanta Braves game. Nothing 18 and number 18 couldn't read his name. Diving, sliding catch that he just made. That was impressive. Not trying to do a play by play. Anyway, so far through Escape from New York, I am not buying Snake Foreskin on this whole fucking action hero thing. Like, fuck this guy, dude. So far, he's just gruff with an eye patch. And he has, like, shin pads over his camo pants. Like, that's what makes it badass. He has a gun that thus far he has not fired once. I'll be shocked if he actually does fire it at this point, honestly. I bet you, I haven't seen the movie before, but I bet you what they do is he loses it somehow without using it in an effective way whatsoever. So they can really just drive home the he's screwed thing. I guarantee you that's what they do. Oh, this was something I don't know if I talked about last week, but apparently it was a big de deal that I just did not know about. I personally, I'm a big water drinker. I drink about a gallon of water every day. Um, and apparently this was a hot take that about 80% of the drinks that I consume, I would say are room temperature, or at least preferred to be room temperature. About 80%. It's water. I like I drink black coffee at, a lot of times at room temp, or maybe a little hotter. Um, fucking and beer is the only other thing I drink. But even when I drink Gatorade, when I drink soda, eh, iced tea, fuck, it's nary a bev that I am consuming outside of room temperature. It's my preferred drinking temperature. And and apparently that was a fucking hot take that I everyone was cool with water, but when I said like 80% of the things that I drink are at room temp, that was a nuts uh stance to have, a nuts percentage. They're like, oh, I could see things here and there. They're like, I could even get behind water being room temp. But you're talking about everything. I'm like, pretty much everything. Energy drinks, all that shit. I'm not a cold drink guy. Never have been a cold drink guy. It's even like this is like I mean, I'm sipping on this like warm Starbucks coffee, and I'm like, it's it started iced, and now the ice is melted, and it's been a couple hours, and I'm like, it's better this way. Like I made a face earlier when I took a sip of that because it was following the warm beer. but it's way better at the current temperature that it's at with the ice gone and melted and everything. Like way better. And there was a discussion at work that I truly did not think I would be in the minority of. People thought I was like legit crazy for being like, no, I like to drink my Arizona green teas at room temperature. Don't like that shit in the fridge. Don't want ice in it. I like it room temp. Even drinks that I don't like to drink, like fucking Diet Coke. I don't like fucking Diet Coke. I think it's gross. I've never liked it. Never want to drink it. It's it's shit. I fucking really cannot stand Diet Coke. If I drank one when it was like room temp, that's when I've been like, it's not actually as bad. This is better at room temp. Did the Angels just hit another home run? They did. Okay, the Yankees are going to lose. It is now 6-0. 6-0 on the top of the sixth. The Yankees are going to lose. They just gave up another two-run home run. Fuck the Yankees, dude. I was so stupid for thinking that they were going to turn this around. What a fucking dumb dipshit I am. And I bet you because of that, I bet you Miami wins too and they beat the Braves. That's the kind of luck I have. I bet you I go over 3 on my bet slips tonight like a stupid little bitch. Fuck me, dude. The Yankees are how and you watch because they're gonna play like this and play like absolute shit with the roster they have, and they're still gonna make it to the World Series, and they're just gonna fucking lose that too. Like late in the season, they're gonna be contenders for it. You might as well bet it now. But it's fucking what is this? You can't count on them on a game-to-game basis. You're losing 6-0 to the fucking Angels. The Angels haven't been good in fucking 45 years. What the fuck are you doing? You're the goddamn Yankees and you're at home. How about you get your fucking shit together? Are you fucking serious? Were you fucking retarded? I don't understand how how are you losing to the fucking Angels? But if you lose to the Angels and it's 2-0, it wasn't your day. But 6-0, it's like this is fucking on you guys. You're playing like absolute dog shit every fucking at bat. Whether you're in the field or in the batter's box, you guys are playing like fucking idiots. Get it the fuck together. Every pitcher you're putting out there is fucking sucking. Aaron Judge can't hit shit. Whenever people are like, does Aaron Judge deserve the pinstripes? No, he doesn't. I'm done with Aaron Judge. I don't care that he's 6'7", yoked, and good looking. He's an ugly piece of shit, and I hate his guts. Fuck Aaron Judge and fuck the Yankees, dude. These guys fucking suck. Commercial break in the Braves game. That's not what we want right now. I think they just had a hitter get on base. That's what we need in this Braves game. If the Braves can rally, we'll cover our losses from these bitch ass fucking Yankees. Fuck the Yankees, dude. I'll never bet on these guys again. Fuck them, dude. I'm betting on Shohei Ohtani, and that's it. I'll never bet on another fucking baseball player. The fucking Yankees, there's the second highest paid team in the league, and they can't fucking beat anyone consistently. Fuck you guys. Anyway, guys, back to what I was saying. Yeah, about 80% room temp on drinks. I mean, let me know in the comments on Instagram, whatever. Like, let me know where do you land on that? Are we landing above or below 80% on room temp drinks? And that's the number of room temperature drinks that you consume. Are you 80% or lower? I bet you most people are lower. I bet you no one's fucking crushing room temp drinks like I am. I'm the warm bev king. I can tell you that. I've got to be. Who else is gonna cop to that percentage without any like medical reason as to why? I'm not doing that because of sensitive teeth. I'm not doing that because I have a kidney condition. I'm just straight up love of the game. 80% room temp bevies. I think the only cold thing I might drink is like iced tea or ice water on a fucking hot as shit middle of the summer kind of day and fucking brews. Brewskis are the only other like that's beer is the only consistently cold drink that I consume.
Everything else fluctuates in temp, and 9 times out of 10, it's fucking warm, room temp or warm, whatever you want to fucking call it. Even my coffee, I make my coffee the night before, put it in my fucking travel mug, and I put my travel mug in the fridge so it cools down, and that heat plus cold combo, by the time I take a sip of it at about 6 a.m., it's warm. It's about room temp, maybe a little bit warmer, you know? Like, maybe a little bit, or maybe a little bit colder, but it's right around fucking dead even. I'm just Goldilocks type of drinks. It's either too hot, too cold, or just right. And I'm fucking always a just right guy. And the Twins just hit a solo home run to go up 3-0 against Boston. The, what is it with Boston and the Yankees are supposed to be like, I mean, like they're supposed to be like two of the bigger name franchises, at least where I live. I don't know how it translates outside of here. Like, I don't know what the rivalries are like, but growing up across all sports as a kid, Yankees Red Sox was by far the biggest rivalry. And I mean of all sports for the area I was growing up. It wasn't fucking Patriots Colts or Patriots Dolphins or any of that shit. It wasn't fucking Boston and the Lakers. Like when I thought like what's the premier rivalry for my hometown teams, the New England area teams, it was Boston Yankees. And for whatever and they make money, they win World Series. These guys fucking they have bread and fucking there's no salary cap, but for whatever reason, the Yankees have put together an on paper roster that's really fucking good. And the Red Sox they're just fucking shit. They're just shit. Both teams, the grace in which these two franchises have fallen from. And I'm sure I saw one stat that was like, it was the same as like the Panthers winning the Super Bowl, where it was like, oh, Ohio State wins the Natty and J-Lo gets divorced, and then fucking one other thing happened. Oh, and Carolina plays fucking I don't know, the Jags in week 1 or some shit. And every time those three things happen, the Panthers make it to the Super Bowl. They never win, but they make it there. And you're like, it was something similar like that where it was like, oh, you go this long and then the Yankees win the World Series. And then you go this long and the Yankees win the World Series. And now we're like in that year of like this is happening again, but it's not gonna fucking happen, dude. I like you might as well like I don't know if it's a thing where you can bet on the Yankees to not win the World Series, but I bet you the money sucks on that right now. I bet you the money is god awful on Yankees to not win the World Series, dude, because they're playing like absolute shit right now. But you watch. I'll bet on that, and then they'll win. But I said the only way I can even profit, and I have to bet on both, and one of them is worth it and one of them isn't. So you're fucked either way, dude. It's crazy. And then the Red Sox sucking on top of that is like, why did I even buy this hat? I should have bought like just a fucking hat. I should have bought an Orioles hat. They have cool hats, I feel like. Or a fucking the Royals. I feel like they have cool hats because they got that blue and gold or fucking something like that. Dude, I should have just bought a hat. I was like, that's just a cool hat. Instead, I was like, nah, let me get a Boston hat. Because I like the Red Sox. I'm not like huge into baseball, but my mom is fucking loves the Red Sox. So you know what? It's my mom's team. I don't have a team. It's the Red Sox are 100% ride or die my team. And dude, it's like fucking who am I repping for? I'm just fucking holding out for you guys to be bad. Like fuck you guys. Pretty boy Aaron Judge is up again. Let's fucking watch this, dude. I mean, we might wrap up in a minute here, but like, fuck, we'll watch Aaron Judge fucking strike out again. Look at this. Oh, fouled one off, barely staying alive. This piece of shit. This 6'7" hot piece of shit, dude. Just walking around. being in good shape, being tall, being handsome. Fuck you. How about you be good at your job? You ever think of that one? You fucking clown. Aaron Judge has hit 3 foul balls in a row. Just hit a home run. That's the only thing anyone cares about from you. No one wants anything else. They want to see Aaron Judge hit home runs. And apparently you can't fucking do it anymore. You're fucking washed up at 29 years old. And he strikes out again. Fucking of course you do, dude. How many times? Tell us how many times that's been tonight. I'd love to see how many times. Oh, and end of the sixth. The Yankees are getting destroyed. The Angels have 8 hits. The Yankees have 2. Fuck the Yankees, dude. I'll never bet on the Yankees again. I can't believe I I've fallen for it so many times this year, and I was like, not this year, not this game. This game, I've got a feeling about they're down 3-0. This is the kind of thing that the Yankees will pull out. Everyone will bet against them, but the Yankees will pull it out. Nope, I was wrong. Fucking Yankees aren't going to pull it out. We're going to let it ride because miracles happen. But fucking who knows? The Yankees fucking suck. The Red Sox fucking suck. I don't even know why I even bother repping or watching these fucking games. I just got to become like a fucking an Atlanta Braves fan or fucking Detroit Tigers or something. I'll have a way happier fucking life if I'm watching the Seattle Mariners all the time as opposed to these fucking two dog shit organizations. Whatever though. Who gives a fuck, dude? I mean, I gotta wrap it up. It's getting late. So fuck it. Fuck it. But if you guys enjoy the show, go check us out on Instagram. We're trying to put some clips up there. You might catch some stuff that gets cut from the episode, but it's still good to put out on social media. You never know. Maybe some silly little moments. Who knows? Also go check out Rudy Tuesday, comedy podcast that I do with Breck Michael, Rudy Marinosi. It's a great time. We're on our way trying to find, hunt, scour, the quest for brewskis, trying to find the official beer of Rudy Tuesday. And we're checking out a ton of local breweries, their products, different beers from all of them, different breweries, seeing if we can find the drink that is really becomes a staple for our podcast that we drink on a regular basis as a team over there. And so if you guys have any recommendations, let us know. Reach out to Rudy Tuesday Pod on Instagram or reach out to me directly on Instagram, Pat O'Connor Comedy, and let's see if we can, work together and find something that really works for us. But thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for watching. If you've moved to this is more of a watching capacity at this point now, but it's if you're just listening, hey, thank you. You can still hear me fucking crash out, but if you're watching, I appreciate that too. Um, but I think that's gonna do it for now, guys. But thank you so much for coming and checking out the show, and we're gonna catch you in the next one.